Oh, let's see if we got any sound coming out the back end first. Do we have any sound? Yes, we do. All righty. Let's get this underway. Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for another live stream. And like it says on the thumbnail, let's react. Once we get a few more people in the comment section, I'll put the link for the StreamYard in the chat, and we can start reacting to this video called 101 Dumbest Ideas That Made Millions. Now, it doesn't matter how dumb your idea sounds to other people. It still might be one of those $1 million ideas. So, there's always hope. As long as you don't give up on your dreams, as long as you don't give up on your ideas. So we'll wait for a few more people to join into the chat. Hey, Paul. Yeah, so far I'm having a decent evening. It's going to rain here shortly. So hopefully it doesn't get too much lightning and thunder and knock the power out while I'm on my live stream. But hey, Sunflower. The last time I did this, I was the only one on camera, only one on the panel. I thought it'd be kind of fun if we had more people on the panel reacting and sharing their thoughts about the video. So I think that'd be a little bit more fun than just me losing my shit over it. So let me go get my coffee and get right back. I poured one just so that I could have a coffee to have while I was doing this. I got to fire up my tablet here real quick because I got to be able to see your comments. Otherwise, no point in doing this. Because I got to have my screen on the video that's running, so I can pause it so we can make our comments, and I can read your comments for the people who don't want to be on the panel on the tablet. So, so how you been there, Paul? Other than wet, I'm actually thinking about Positive Cash Outs vlogs. How are you doing? I'm actually thinking about buying a drone for taking videos for my Patreon page. But first, I want to find out what the legislation is about the use of drones before I go and cross any boundaries, break any laws with it without knowing. I want to know what my rights are, what I can and cannot do, so forth. So this way here I can protect myself. Because last thing I want to do is end up in court for something that I could have prevented just by doing a little bit of research ahead of time. So just gotta wait for this thing here to spool up. How's it going, Positive Cash Out or Crash Outs? Yeah, sometimes this thing here takes a while to spool up. Let's see here. Me. Okay. Depends on where you're going to use it. Check out the type of airspace you'll be using it in. Yeah. Yeah, like I planned on just like, flying it around the park, down the river, like just a nice little shot down the river kind of thing. Show some of the riverfront stores that are along the banks. Um, possibly with hey, possibly with farmers' permission, doing a oh, there we go. That works. Doing a uh, uh, possibly just to show the agricultural stuff around the city, in the outskirts. Maybe going down to the beach, just to see what's going on down there. Just kind of interesting stuff. Just as a extra bit of content that doesn't relate to the main channel here. It's just see if I can. Nope. Oh, jeez. Oh, I messed up. I got this thing so I could see the live chat. There we go. There. Don't mess with it. Quit messing with it. That's the first rule of thumb when dealing with any kind of drywall or concrete. Once you get it set, don't mess with it. Check with Transport Canada website to determine what type of airspace you will be in. Our airfield is a Class G airspace. The club was a Class B and had to move their club. Ooh, yeah. See, that's the kind of information that I need to research, because otherwise, I can wind myself up into a lot of hot water, and I don't want to do that. See what my legal rights are and what I have to do to keep from, stepping on somebody else's legal rights. So it's just something I want to do the research prior to. So that's the way that goes. So I'm gonna do that. So if we have anybody who's wanting to jump up on panel to help react to this video or give your thoughts on this video, let me know in the chat if you guys want to come up. The only thing I ask is, if you don't want to show your face publicly, show me who you are before I bring you up. So this way here, I know who you are. Like I can verify, okay, this person is somebody, that is trustworthy enough to be on panel. And also, I ask that you please be respectful. Yeah, I'll definitely give you a call, and we'll talk about it sometime when I get a little bit of research done on my own. I got to find out, I want to find out A, from the police, B, from aerospace, and then I can confer and get together with you about what's going on, what I've researched, what I found out, and then kind of collaborate there. So if you want to come up on the panel and play reactor for a video, let me know in the chat. Just put a 1 in the chat. Say I'll go. And I'll put the link in the chat for you. I'm only going to have like 2 or 3 people. Oh, the weight and type of drone is going to be one of the cheapy ones. There's the link. So if you want to come on up and shoot the breeze. Oh. But yeah, that would be fun to do this, like do the react with another person, just for fun and a little bit of giggles, and maybe you might see something in the video that I don't, or have an angle on the video that may be interesting for the viewers as well. So there's the link in the chat. All I ask is that you be respectful, and that if you don't want to show your face publicly, at least show me who you are before I bring you up. That's all I ask. This way here, I'm not bringing up somebody who I know for a fact is going to basically cause problems. Because I know there are some people out there who watch the channel just to basically do something that is nefarious. There's people like that all over the place. Not saying that everybody's like that, just that there are some people. Oh, and here's my friend Paul. How you doing, my friend? How you doing, Paul?
Good. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been a long time since we actually chatted.
Yeah. It's doing pretty good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So you guys got all kinds of rain today.
Okay. How come I'm hearing everything doubled up in half?
Because you have the vocal on StreamYard and on YouTube. Okay. So if you turn the vocal off on YouTube, like mute the vocal on YouTube, then that'll cut that double. Oops. Just lost Paul. Well, let's see if we get a hit from him again. Now I'm probably going to end up with double myself because I have to run the video on a separate um, channel, and if I don't have the video, uh, or the audio on that page, then you guys won't be able to hear it. So I'll be getting double, and I don't want anybody to be going, "Oh, I got 3 of everything,"
Well, you're doubled up on me.
Yeah. If you go to the YouTube tab where the YouTube stream is, and then you just hit the mute button on it, it'll take one of them away.
Again,
You got it?
I did that.
Okay. You got double still?
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Normally that takes it away.
I got a big delay on it, so I'll talk to you now, and then in a second I'll talk to you again.
Ah. Yeah, you see, YouTube has a delay from when StreamYard sends it to them. They have this little bit of delay. And a lot of times what you're hearing is the StreamYard is instantaneous, but the YouTube has been delayed. So if you just mute the YouTube, then you'll only hear what comes out of StreamYard. So leave that up.
Okay, we can try that.
Okay, you got it?
It seems so.
Yeah, seems a whole lot better. Are you still getting double, or you're still getting double?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, hang on. I actually turned off YouTube.
Okay, so you're still getting double?
And it's not a matter of double, it's a matter of time delay.
Oh, okay. I don't know why StreamYard, like we're on the same StreamYard, so it should be right away. Like it should be instantaneous. Huh.
If I don't say anything, it's okay.
Well, it's going to be hard to react to stuff if you don't say anything. So you ready to do this? Oh, apparently not. Having a little bit of technical issues here. We'll get things worked out. Yeah, I don't know why he's got double tap. Huh. Oh, there he is again. Welcome back, Officer Mitchell. So you ready to give this a shot? Okie dokie. Hello, Lee. How are you doing? We're going to do ourselves a little bit of reacting here. So here goes the video.
Imagine stumbling over an idea so ridiculous your friends laugh, then watching those laughs echo all the way to your offshore account. Tonight we're diving into 101 moments where dumb luck, oddball gadgets, and pure nonsense turned everyday jokers into cash-stacking legends. Buckle up. Stupidity is about to prove it's the smartest investment on the planet.
The thing about that statement is it's 100% true. A lot of the times, the dumbest things make the most money.
1. A man once looked at a rock and thought, someone will definitely pay for this. And he was right. In 1975, Gary Dahl packaged ordinary stones as pets, gave them cardboard boxes and a joke manual, and sold over 1 million of them. It's possibly the laziest millionaire move in U.S. history, and also one of the most genius.
How many people out there have actually had a pet rock? If you had a pet rock, put a 1 in the chat. I know I have. You got anything to say about that, Paul? You got anything on that, Paul? All right, let's go for number 2.
2. They mocked him for trying to automate bread slicing. Who needs
Yeah, I
that?
never had
They
a pet
laughed.
rock there. Crazy.
Then Otto Frederick Rohwedder's invention hit the market in 1928, and suddenly everyone needed that. The phrase, best thing since sliced bread, exists for a reason, and so does his bank account.
Now, funny enough, when I was thinking about doing this specific video, this particular invention came to my mind. I was like, it's got to be in there. It's got to be somewhere in there. And lo and behold, the best thing since sliced bread. Like, it's so funny how sometimes the most simplest problem, when it gets solved, becomes like the most earth-shattering, thing on the planet.
Oh, shoot.
Like before, you had to slice your own bread, and you ended up damaging the bread. Once he started slicing the bread, and there was no damage, you didn't flatten the bread out. Man, that's why they call it the best thing since sliced bread.
3. Lance Armstrong slapped Livestrong on a 5-cent yellow rubber band. And somehow, it became the must-have item of 2004. It wasn't just about cancer awareness. It was a cultural badge. Millions wore it. Millions were made. And you can bet most people didn't even know what it stood for.
Enter the friendship bracelet. Yeah, I'm going to be skipping the ads on this this video so we can get through it a little bit quicker. I don't think you want to react to or see reactions to the ads that are coming up. Oh, lost Paul.
4.
Let's continue.
The Slinky exists because a naval engineer dropped a spring. That's it. Richard James saw it bounce and thought, looks fun. America agreed. Over 300 million sold, and for decades, kids have been mesmerized by something that does exactly one thing and often gets tangled doing it. 5.
It does. It gets seriously tangled. They'll sit there and be playing with it and playing with it and playing. I had a bunch of them, and they all got tangled up. And you're rolling down the stairs, and then your mom trips over them, and then next thing you know, she throws it away. I had a few of them.
5. Silly Putty was supposed to help win a war. Instead, it bounced, stretched, copied comics, and became one of the most uselessly satisfying toys ever made. Created by accident during WTO, it now sits inside over 300 million plastic eggs worldwide. Not bad for a rubber fail.
Yeah, sometimes even the things that fail make a ton of money. Like, you could actually fail your way to being a millionaire. And it's just one of those things where the strangest idea can make the most amount of money. It's just incredible. Yeah, I understand, Paul. I understand.
6. The Snuggie wasn't a blanket. It was a cultural moment. In 2008, this sleeved fleece turned millions of people into cozy wizards and laughingstocks. Critics mocked it. While the company counted $500 million in sales, nothing says peak capitalism like blanket cults with infomercial jingles.
Like, Snuggies are all over the world now. Like, you know, a backwards house coat. Literally, that's what it is. It's just a backwards house coat. And instead of wearing with it open in the front, it's open in the back. Oh, we got ourselves a guest. And it's Paul from Canada again.
Okay.
Do you got double tap again, or? Yeah, having muted on YouTube avoids the delay. Having muted on StreamYard and not YouTube gives you that delay. Oh, there he goes again. On with the video.
7. Perrier realized that if you call it French, bubble it up, and bottle it in glass, Americans will pay absurd prices for water. In the 70s, they created the illusion of elegance out of a basic human right. The result? A billion-dollar bottled water industry that still sparkles today. 8. Spencer Silver failed at inventing super strong glue. Instead, he made a weird low-tack adhesive no one wanted, except one guy who used it to mark hymns. That dumb little fix led to the Post-it note, now a billion-dollar office staple. Proof that even failed glue can hold your life together.
How many Post-it notes has anybody ever bought? Do you
Lots.
have Post-it notes right now in your house?
Lots of them. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Are you
I
still
think we
getting
got
a double?
it sorted. No, I think we got it sorted now.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What's your favorite color Post-it note?
I like the orange.
Orange?
Yeah.
I'm personal to white because every color of pencil
Well,
shows
it's
up.
not showing any white, so you can't have white. You have to use a color that's in the screen there.
Oh, and that's green, then it had to be yellow.
Okay.
But the ones that I go to are the white ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try a little less melodrama.
Well, you know what they say, Perry? You can come up with an idea for something that everybody wants to use. Then you'll be a millionaire in no time.
Oh, yeah.
Whiskers.
All about
Morning. Happy
solving
wedding
the,
week. You have a lot on your plate. Let us know how we can help.
Maybe someone could help me.
9.
it's all about solving the simplest problem. And solving the simplest problem usually makes the most money because the simplest problem is had by all.
That's right.
It blinked, it beeped, it woke up at 3 a.m. speaking in tongues. And somehow, the Furby still sold over 40 million units. A creepy robotic owl-hamster hybrid from the late 90s, it became a must-have toy, despite looking like it wanted your soul more than your hugs.
And one of the things about that particular item is at Christmas time when it was released, it was like the hardest thing to find. People were tromping over everybody to try to get one. Remember that?
No, I was at sea at that time.
I remember when, you know, the hot toys were out and all of a sudden everybody just had to have one. It had to be a specific one. And people were getting trampled and paying huge money just for these annoying little toys.
Yeah.
10. Big Mouth. Billy Bass was a rubber fish nailed to wood that sang, "Take Me to the River," and people loved it. Created by Joe Pelletieri, it made over $100 million. Part joke, part kitsch, all profit. Who knew redneck decor would turn into a cultural tidal wave?
Put a 1 in the chat if you owned one or gifted one to somebody as a gift.
I had one, but it only would come halfway out and
Yeah.
then start blabbing its mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. And it would sing.
Yeah.
I gave
that's
one
it.
to a person as a joke gift. It was like almost like a Secret Santa thing.
Mm.
And it came out halfway and it sang Merry Christmas. It sang a Christmas song. I love the shops that had them. They were so much fun.
11. In 1958, two guys at Wham-O took an ancient toy, made it plastic, called it a hula hoop, and the world lost its hips. Arthur Mellon and Richard Knurr sold 25 million of them in just 4 months. It was literally a ring of polyethylene and shame, and it made them filthy rich.
Oh, yeah. I used to use the hula hoop all the time.
Yeah, I used to love watching the ladies do the hula hoop thing. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I never owned one. I could never keep it going myself. But man, I've seen some high school girls when I was in high school bring them to school and just sit there and just rattle them things here. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember people using them on their hands and going
Yep.
like this,
yep,
you know, and on their leg.
yep.
So,
Oh, it became an art form for a while.
mm,
And just a silly piece of plastic tube connected in one end and sealed up.
yeah.
You know, like, it just goes back to the thing there. Sometimes the stupidest ideas creating or solving a very simple problem, something to do, something fun, and seeing somebody else have so much fun. Oh, boom. Instant recipe for millionaire.
12. Ty Warner sold bean-stuffed animals to adults who believed they'd send their kids to Harvard with a closet full of plush toys. Spoiler, they didn't. But Beanie Babies turned a grown man into a billionaire. Somewhere out there, a Princess Diana bear is still rotting in a Tupperware bin of regret.
Yeah, those Beanie Babies, they were everywhere. And you know who was the catch on those ones? Mothers. Wasn't so much the kids. It was the mothers that wanted them things.
13. Pool noodles are basically colorful foam sausages. They don't do much, yet Steve Hartman built a fortune on them. Millions sold annually since the 80s. Kids float on them, adults battle like foam gladiators, and Hartman laughs in aquamarine tinted cash. Sometimes stupid just floats better.
Yes, sir.
But when we had our pool, because we used to have a swimming pool in the backyard, when we had that, we had pool noodles and we had the ones that were hollow.
Yep.
The tubes. And what I'd do is I'd put it on the jet of the pool, and
Yep.
I'd use it like a flame gun, you know, a water gun. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And the more sections you put together, the bigger and longer your water gun would go. But
Funny thing about the pool noodle is it spurred the invention of pipe wrap for houses.
oh yeah,
Yeah, what people would do to keep here in Canada after the pool noodle was released, what some people were doing with those hollow ones is they were just slicing them and putting them around their pipes, and it was insulating your pipes so that they wouldn't freeze.
that's right.
And then all of a
Still do
sudden,
it.
somebody just came out with the idea. Well, how about I just make one with the adhesive inside it, peel that strip, and then boom, there you go. It stays there.
Well, now at the hardware stores, they have those that are sliced straight down the center,
Yep.
and they're used for pipe wrap. Is exactly what you said.
Yep. And they're the proper size.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch.
14. Jonah White made a killing selling fake bucktooth smiles. His Billy Bob teeth turned America into a nation of part-time rednecks and full-time novelty shoppers. Over $1 billion later, it turns out the dental industry isn't the only one profiting from teeth.
Go figure.
Load an image to resize from your computer, tablet, or phone.
Yeah. Remember those wax teeth we used to get back in the day?
Yeah, but they were like they had fangs on them, and you use them
Yeah.
in Halloween. You see?
Yeah. But the wax teeth that we used to get back in the day, they were candy.
Oh, okay.
The fake teeth for the Halloween and stuff like that. I think that's what they're talking about there.
That's what I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
15. Tamagotchis were tiny keychain blobs that demanded food, love, and your soul. Invented by Aki Maeda in 1996, they sold over 80 million units. Most died within 48 hours. But while your digital pet perished of pixel starvation, Bandai's revenue numbers grew up just fine.
No, never even heard of that.
No, you never heard of them? I went to school with some people when they first came out. They're like, "Oh, it's time for me to feed my thing during class. Time for me to feed my digital pet." Teachers would take them away, and at the end of the day, everybody's pet died.
See all the things I missed because I was at sea. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
16.
Just the whole
Suburban
decade.
America fell in love with a flamingo. Not a real one. A plastic pink one jammed in the lawn like a badge of bizarre pride. Donald Featherstone created the Kitschbird in 1957 and sold millions. They say taste is subjective, but profit clearly isn't.
You ever had one of them?
No, but I knew some people that did.
Yeah. You go by some of the ritzy ends in the bigger cities, and you'd see these flamingos hanging out in the front lawn all summer long. It's like, really? We don't even get that kind of bird around here. Funny fact, though, is you know why most flamingos are pink?
I did know.
It's their diet. When they eat salmon, their feathers turn pink. It dyes their feathers pink.
17. Doggles are sunglasses. For dogs, that's not a typo. Ronnie D. Lulo thought pets deserved eyewear and convinced thousands of owners to spend real money on canine fashion. Somewhere, there's a golden retriever who hates the paparazzi and his owner's spending habits.
Tell me something. Would you put a pair of glasses on a dog like that? You pay probably
Try
what?
it.
60,
Try it.
80, maybe $100 for that, and a dog scratches them off?
Mm. We could never get our dog to keep his head still long enough to put one on.
Yeah. Basically a waste of money.
18. Joel Comm made an app that played fart sounds. That's it. iFart, launched in 2008, made millions and proved that toilet humor is recession-proof. While Wall Street panicked, Joel's app blasted a soundboard symphony of dumb profitability.
Well, I guess when the market hits the tank and money goes for shit, all you got to do is just record the sound and you can make money all day long.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people on the internet right now, on Facebook and that they have soundboards.
Yep.
And they have that as one of their sounds on the thing, you know.
Yep.
It's just like, you know how they made the in War of the Worlds, the shooting of the missiles out of the side of it, eh?
Yeah.
They went and a guy took a microphone and he went to a telephone pole and they had the wires to hold the pole in place,
Yep.
he would hit that with a wrench and it would make the sound, and it would go do 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 like that.
Yep.
And that's how they got that sound.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. A fart machine app in the hands of someone like me, dangerous. Because I'd be like going into like elevators and watching people hit like 12, 20, 13, 18. And then I'd hit that and go, oh, excuse me. And then watch people race for the two.
it's good at parties too when someone goes to sit down on a chair and you go poop like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
fart out.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the whoopee cushion that you didn't have to place.
That's right.
19. Crocs started as squishy boating shoes and turned into the most successful ugly footwear since medieval clogs.
I got some of that.
People mocked them,
Yeah.
then bought them, then bought more.
Yep.
Their creators are now billionaires, and the shoes still look like melted rubber waffles. Comfort clearly conquered shame.
Yeah, I got 3 pairs, and I love them. I love those things.
Yeah, the
You know-
wife loves hers too.
Oh yeah, like they're comfortable. You know, you wear them in, you know, when you're going camping or whatever like that, and you got to use a public shower, you wear them in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're great. I don't know why people didn't like them.
20. Pre-ripped jeans. The ultimate scam that worked. Brands like Levi's realized they could charge more for pants that looked like they lost a fight with a raccoon. Fashionistas paid extra to look poor, and the companies made bank. Somewhere, denim purists weep.
Yeah, I know. Because the thing is, it was so funny because when I get a ripped pair of jeans, my mother would throw them out,
Yeah,
or she would sew them up.
yeah, and then 5 years later, they were fashionable.
Yeah. Well, you know, Fourth Impact. I know you know them. Well, I send Selena and I send Mylene each a message saying that, you know, if their mom, who's a fantastic sewer, if she couldn't sew up their jeans for them, I have all kinds of thread here that I'd sew them up for them too. You know. But yeah, those torn jeans there, I tell you, it's unreal.
Yep.
Good whole wheat shreddies. But wait,
Get these
warm
ads here.
cinnamon. Velvety vanilla? Cinnamon
As
vanilla
you can
flavored
tell, I don't have
shreddies.
YouTube.
Same
Premium.
great square. New delicious flavor.
Google Pixel 9a is built to withstand spills, dust,
This is not
and drops.
advertising for.
So the only thing to worry about is taking in all that
I can
beauty.
just barely hear you over
Google
the
Pixel
ad.
9a, durable by design.
21. Matt Boswell became a millionaire picking up dog poop. No, really. His company, The Pet Butler, literally scoops what others won't. People gladly pay for the privilege of not touching their golden retriever's golden leftovers. Disgusting? Yes. Brilliant? Also yes.
Don't remember that one. No, don't remember that one.
No, I don't remember that one either. But you know, I'm glad this guy, you know, made bank for picking shit up.
Well, my neighbor, she had a pooper scooper, but that's
Yeah.
not the same thing as what that is.
No. And the funny thing about it is like when I was going through all my, oh hey Dave, when I was going through all my stuff for, you know, my eyes and stuff like that, and I was going through the CNIBC, they said, you know, maybe eventually you'll be needing a service animal. And I'm like, okay, I got a question for you. Talking about service animals. And they're like, okay. I said, who picks up the poop for the blind dog or for the seeing eye dog? And they're like, well, it's the owner's responsibility, but he can't see it. Can't find it. If he can't find it, who's supposed to pick it up for him? You know, legislation says that you got to pick up your own dog doo-doo. You know, if you can't see it, you can't find it, you know, who's supposed to pick it up? I guess you call that guy.
22. Remember slap bracelets? The metal strip wrapped in neon fabric that detonated across wrists in every 90s classroom like tiny spring-loaded bear traps? Stuart Anders literally found a piece of measuring tape, thought, hey, that looks violent, and boom. 28 million units later, he's sipping umbrella drinks while teachers worldwide still suffer PTSD from the snap. Detention never paid so well.
No.
I had a few of those. After a while, the fabric would start wearing away from overuse,
Mm-hmm.
and it would start cutting people. It was an interesting idea, but they really needed to soften the edges.
23. The Chia Pet proved you could become filthy rich by making a terracotta hedgehog sprout arugula grade fuzz. Joseph Pettit just slapped the jingle "Chi Chi Chi Chia" on late night TV, and America collectively said, yes, I do want a houseplant that looks like Cousin It on keto. Over 15 million sold. Basically, horticultural nonsense minting cash.
The funny thing about the Chia Pet is it's still a booming business. Like there's still Chia Yoda, all these niche iconic shapes that they're making from different movies and and other things, and they're still making bank on it. Did you ever have one of them Chia Pets?
No.
No?
Not me. No.
24. Fidget spinners. 3 bits of plastic and a skateboard bearing that hypnotized every bored Zoom student in 2017. Catherine Hedinger originally jury-rigged the toy from newspaper and tape, but let her patent lapse. Manufacturers then spun her idea into a $1 billion whirlwind, proving the universe rewards inertia. Just not her inertia. Ouch, right?
No. That's another one I missed.
Yeah, there's a lesson right there. First to market gets the money. Yeah, definitely first to market gets the money there.
25. The mood ring. Because nothing says complex human emotion like a $4 thermochromic stone turning murky green. Joshua Reynolds and Maris Ambats slapped science on a cheap liquid crystal gimmick and sold 2 million in 3 months during the 70s. Spoiler, it mostly measures hand sweat, but apparently sweaty optimism is lucrative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you have one of those mood rings?
No, I had a female friend. She had one. And I said, "Oh, you're in the mood." She says, "No, I'm not. It's lying." I said, "Well, that's not
her saying, no, I'm having a mood."
That's not what the ring's saying.
Yep. Ring's telling me a totally different story.
Hot Honey is so back.
It's giving
I had,
fire. It's giving.
YouTube Premium.
26. Koosh balls looked like a sea urchin mated with a rubber band factory, yet Scott Stillinger sold 50 million of these floppy porcupines.
Oh, yeah.
His discovery? Kids love throwing soft projectiles at siblings without drawing blood. Parents loved that enough to fund Stillinger's retirement yacht, probably named the SS Koosh Kaching.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yep. Yeah,
You could
those
even
things
throw
were
them.
everywhere.
No, the mother, my parents loved them because you couldn't damage too much stuff in the house unless you hit a vase or something. Eh?
Yeah. You had to hit it pretty hard.
Oh yeah. So that was a good thing. That was a good one.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised the alarm clock is on this list.
27. Silly bands turned silicone linguine into kindergarten cryptocurrency. Robert Kroc saw animal-shaped rubber bands in Japan, imported the idea, and school dress codes imploded. At its peak, his company grossed $200 million annually on bracelets that inevitably snapped and disappeared in vacuum cleaners. Elastic, yes. Intellectually, not so much.
No.
Keys, things like that, they're, basically one of those, here for a moment, gone forever.
Yeah.
And that moment that they're here for, huge money.
Mm.
All you got to do is make a kid smile and get them to bug their parents enough.
28. Wacky wall walkers, those sticky octopi that ooze down walls like drunk Spider-Men, made Ken Hakuda $80 million after he spotted them in a Beijing street market. Parents got dust-covered drywall, kids got 8 seconds of joy, and Hakuda got real estate in Hawaii. Gravity, free. Monetizing it, priceless. 20.
And it's
No.
better than the kids drawing on the wall.
Yeah. I do that
9.
to check my spaghetti and see if it's cooked or not. I throw it
Oh,
against
yeah?
the wall. Yeah.
I just take one out, bite it. Okay, yeah, got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Remember those smiley-faced antenna balls bobbing on every 90s car? Jack in the Box gave them away, then sold tens of millions as collectibles. Drivers basically paid for aerodynamic drag. Meanwhile, executives discovered a new radio frequency, Cha-Ching FM, broadcasting straight into their offshore accounts. 30.
Oh yeah, remember those stupid things?
No.
No? Oh, I remember that.
No.
I was actually traveling in a car with a guy who had one of those on the top of his antenna, and he was always bitching about the radio station going out. I'm like, take that stupid ball off. Your antenna is not made to freaking bend that far.
Yeah.
He took the ball off, and he all of a sudden his radio reception cleared up.
Yeah.
30. Bottled mountain air, yes, air, became a premium export when Vitality Air started selling Canadian Rockies oxygen to smog-choked cities for $30 a can. Shipping invisible gas halfway around the planet. Apparently, eco-irony is breathable, because founders Moses Lamb and Troy Paquette are inhaling profits faster than customers inhale Banff.
It's
Just
called
goes to show.
making profits out of thin air.
It just goes to show what people buy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the rich people spend money on freaking stupidity. Oh, I bought air. I get mine for free.
Yeah, but it's not just any air; it's Canadian air.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My name is Mitchell, and I'm a Libro owner. Every time I walk into the Libro Credit Union branch, it's just a fun experience.
31. Dehydrated water in a tin, an old gag product that still rakes in novelty shop dollars. Directions: just add water. Congratulations, you've reinvented water. The original distributors discovered you can legally sell an empty can if you label it cleverly. Consumers discovered they'd purchased existential comedy, plus shipping. 32.
Can you imagine being gifted one of them? Like, gee, thanks.
No.
I'd be like, no, forget it. The same thing with the Pogs. The Pogs were wild. Like, my mom had a container, had a spindle that had thousands or hundreds of these things in there. And she was missing 2.
Pogs. Cardboard milk cap discs that transformed playgrounds into full contact capitalism. The World Pog Federation sold billions in the mid-90s, proving kids will gamble lunch money on circular litter if you print cartoon skulls. Founder Alan Ripinski milked that cow so hard it needed therapy. 33.
Oh, yeah. Those things were like a currency to kids. They were trading them things back and forth, left, right, and center. Kids will trade pretty much anything for anything.
Yeah.
Canned laughter meets digital age. The Laughing Baby ringtone. A 17-second giggle loop netted its Swedish creator, Eric Wernquist, over $2 million in downloads. People literally paid to have a baby scream from their flip phones during meetings. Corporate productivity died, but Wernquist's bank account grew up fast.
Notice how he said flip phones? That's back in like early days of cell phones.
Yeah.
34. CryptoKitties, virtual cats that reproduce on the blockchain, once clogged Ethereum and sold for six-figure sums. The developers at Dapper Labs discovered two truths. 1. Scarcity is optional if you can code it. And 2. Investors will mortgage reality for cartoon felines with laser eyes. Somewhere, Garfield is jealous.
And 3, people will pay insane amount of money for things that they visually call cute. It doesn't even have to be worth it. They'll just, oh, it's so cute, I gotta have it. And most of that goes with the feminine emotion.
Yeah.
35. Dogecoin began as a meme starring a bemused Shiba Inu. Software engineers Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer slapped Comic Sans on crypto code, and the internet answered, "Such riches, very wow." A joke coin hit $90 billion market cap in 2021. Proof we're living in a financial Mad Libs. 36.
No, I have no idea about that one.
Me neither.
The $120 Goop Jade Egg promised yoni energy and pelvic enlightenment. Gwyneth Paltrow's team discovered you can polish a rock, hype it with pseudo-spiritual buzzwords, and move 300,000 units. Doctors rolled their eyes. Shareholders rolled in money. Talk about a mineral deposit.
There's another one that's going past me.
Yeah, that's I think that's more of a product for the other gender.
37. Flappy Bird. One developer, 8-bit graphics, zero storyline, infinite rage. Vietnamese coder Dong Nguyen's accidental hit made $50,000 a day from ads before he yanked it for causing global phone hurling. Sometimes the stupid discovery is realizing anger monetizes better than joy.
Okay.
Yeah, like trying to, basically looks like he's, coming off the back of Angry Birds and Mario Brothers.
38. The Red Solo Cup wasn't invented for beer pong, but once college kids discovered its perfect bounce angle, Dart Container Corporation's profits foamed over. Annual sales top 1 billion units. Who knew undergrads flunking calculus could solve the equation for liquid gold?
Beer pong, a great Canadian sport. That is being played everywhere in colleges right now.
Oh, yeah.
39. Farmville turned virtual carrots into Zuckerberg's Ferrari payments. Zynga discovered players would pay real cash to speed up imaginary crops. Over $1 billion in microtransactions by 2011. Meanwhile, actual farmers still pray for rain. Digital agronomy, 100% yield, 0% nutrition.
Okay.
Yeah, virtual farming. People paying real money to say, oh, my crops grow faster than yours.
40. Candy Crush. Saga weaponized boredom. King Digital realized commuters would pay 99 cents to obliterate virtual jelly.
Oh,
At its peak, the game earned $6 million per day. Translation: swapping digital gumdrops funds real penthouses. Dentists everywhere weep. No cavities required.
You ever play that game?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I played it for about 10 minutes and I was like, nah, I've had it. Candy Crush was not for me.
No.
But it was all over TV, the internet, and even ads in the Super Bowl.
41. The selfie stick. Basically an aluminum rod that screams, I have no friends to hold my phone. Canadian Wayne Fromm patented it and watched tourists worldwide become human windmills. Over 300,000 units sold in the first month alone. Fromm's bank statements look like extended arm photos. Ridiculously long.
Bloggers
got
right
one.
now are using them like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you got any kind of content creation, that's what a lot of people are using that thing for. get out there and walk around with that selfie stick and basically create your video, and that's a way of making money for a lot of people.
Oh, shoot, yes.
And just imagine, all he did was just take an aluminum rod and, oh, look at this, click.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a bit of help, Gemini.
No problem. You could try using mayonnaise instead.
What about Greek yogurt?
If you don't have mayonnaise, then yeah, Greek yogurt is a great choice. The texture is similar, but you might want to add a little extra salt.
Not all ingredients are created equal, but when you choose Blue Life Protection Formula, you know you're getting real meat first. Fruits, veggies,
some of
and whole
these won't let you
grains.
skip
After
them.
all, isn't that what your dog deserves? The very best? When only the best will do, feed Blue.
42. Nothing. Gift boxes. Literal empty space marketed as the perfect present for the person who has everything. Rob Lewin sold hundreds of thousands at $5 a pop. Customers got existential dread wrapped in plastic. Lewin got yacht fuel. Truly, nihilism pays.
Apparently minimalism is on the rampage.
I hear you.
Oh man, that's funny. Buy a box and nothing for somebody.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to stay for all 101 there, buddy.
No, I'm going to shut it off probably in another couple.
43. Novelty bacon-scented air fresheners turned cars into mobile diners. Archie McPhee discovered people will pay $7 to smell breakfast while stuck in traffic. Result, zero protein, infinite cravings, and a revenue stream sizzling louder than the product. 44.
Now,
I used to have the tree.
Yeah.
Pine air freshener, I think it was.
Yeah, I used to have that in my car too when I was driving, until I had to go to the bathroom so many times. I had to go off side of the road and go to the bathroom because all I'm smelling is pine trees. And I'm like, man, I don't know what it is about pine trees and me having to use the bathroom, but man. Now, mind you, if I'd have had that bacon one, I'd probably be pulling over at every restaurant.
Yeah.
The My Pillow guy basically stuffed polyurethane foam scraps into a case and screamed on late-night infomercials. Over 56 million pillows later, Mike Lindell's fortune proves you can literally sell dreams and lawsuits while wearing a mustache that could smother small pets. 45.
How did a mustache and pillows come in the same thing?
Because they're good.
What's that?
They're good.
Yeah.
You can do. They know how to do that.
Poo-Pourri, a toilet spray promising to trap odors under an essential oil force field, turned embarrassment into $500 million in sales. Founder Susie Betas filmed a cheeky ad titled "Girls Don't Poop," and humanity collectively clicked add to cart. Who knew flatulence could smell like passive income? 46.
No.
I understand the science behind it. Basically, what it does is it covers the top of the water with an oil, and oil and water don't mix. And then when something passes through it, it actually breaks the oil. It breaks the oil
layering.
Yeah, it puts a break in it, and then passes through it, and the odor can't come back up through the water.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's like a film over the toilet.
Yeah, it's a film over the water, and then when something goes through it, it covers whatever it's in there, and the oil or the scent can't go through the oil.
Oh, okay.
The Flowbee vacuum haircut system looked like a shop vac married hedge clippers. Infomercial inventor Rick Huntz raked in $200 million from DIY barbers who thought suction beat scissors. Even George Clooney admits using one, because apparently Oscar winners and toddlers share grooming tools.
Okay, that's beyond me. I have never seen that.
I knew somebody who had one of those.
Is that right?
Yeah, dude. They're not as good as they claim they were.
No.
47. Crocheted beard beanies. Because winter face warmth apparently demands Viking cosplay. Jeff Phillips posted a goofy photo online. Orders flooded in, and within a year he'd banked 6 figures. Warm chins, cold logic, hot profit.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the last one I'm going to do there.
Okay.
I'm going to shut this down. But, yeah, just last time I did a live react like this with a video, people were chiming in about, their thoughts on it. And obviously, it doesn't look like we got very many people in the audience. So I think it's been over an hour. So I think I'm going to
it's been enjoyable. It's been enjoyable talking to you again, Craig.
Yeah, we'll have to get together sometime on. I'll call you up and when I get some information, and then we can kind of collaborate back and forth about the drone.
Yeah. Well, you see, being president of our flying club here, we have to be up on all Transport Canada regulations and rules.
Yeah.
And we even had to write a test and get our pilot's license for radio controlled aircraft. And for drones, you have to get a special license for that. So.
Okay, so I might have to go to school or something like that.
Well, no, what they do is they give you all you got to do is go to Transport Canada and just go for drone certification. And because there's one for drones, there's one for RC. And then you just take the test. And if you get over 65%, no, it's 80%. If you get over 80% and you pass the test and you get your license to operate. But
cool.
like I say, it all depends on the weight of the drone. Okay, because I got one I fly in the house here. It's right back over here.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. This is the most basic one you're going to get.
Yeah.
Okay, and it includes a camera.
Yep.
Okay, and it got blade protectors here.
Yeah.
So I take those off so that whenever I want a new TV, I just fly it in the living room and bang it against the TV. But even something like this, okay, this weighs nothing. Okay, you wouldn't use this outdoors because it's too light.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to go at so many grams. Sir, now I can hear you.
Oh.
So this is just for playing around in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay. But you see, we have a military airport, an air base just down the road. So that's why I told you about finding out what class your airspace is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because the Belleville Club, they had to move their airfield because they were too close and they were in the wrong airspace for Trenton Air Base. So they had to move it. And you have to have a special license if you go over a certain altitude. You have to have a special license for them. So
yeah, the one I was looking at, the one I was looking at was actually it was only like a $20 drone. It was just a little cheap little piece of junk.
Well, then you wouldn't be able to use it in any breeze. You'd have to have dead airspace. Any breeze would knock it all over the place.
Yeah.
Because my friends, they have drones. And the smallest one that you can get that's of any value is close to $1,000.
Oof.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
And that's just for a cheap one too.
Yeah.
That'll use GPS to fly it. And he even turned the transmitter pack off, and the drone knew where it had taken off from. And when it lost the signal, it automatically flew back to exactly where it came from.
Ah,
So, yeah.
yeah. I was just looking for something to, like get used to the controls and stuff like that. Like.
Well, this one here, I think I paid about 30 or 40 bucks for it.
Yeah.
This one here is perfect for doing exactly what you want to do. Okay, because this camera actually hooks up to my cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can actually see what the camera sees in my phone, and then I have a remote to fly it around.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what you said you were looking for.
Yeah, just something to mess around with. Maybe take it for a trip out to the park and kind of just film the upper areas of the park.
Well, so long as you don't go too high above the trees, then you don't need any license for it. Okay, you just got to check out if you're going to use it in the city, because don't forget I'm way out in the boonies.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna use it in the city, then you just check the city ordinances to see what their city regulations are for that.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go in a little park just down the road from you, then I don't see any major problems with that.
Yeah, and just taking it down by the river, it's kind of like cruise up and down the banks.
Yep.
Just to
Yep.
Go underneath the bridges. I think that'd be really cool footage, and maybe go to the farmer just down the street and ask him if I can film.
Yeah, but you got to remember something this cheap, okay, has a very limited range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I was looking at's got about 100-foot range.
100 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not very far. Because 100 feet's not that far.
No.
You need something that'll go at least a mile or 2 miles.
Oh, I don't want to go that far. I want to be able to see it.
Well, that's what the camera's for. The camera's for you to see it. So
yeah, but I want to be able to see it, so this way here I can make course corrections and see how the wind is playing it. And
well, they do all that themselves. So
yeah, that's why I want to get like a $20 one, so it's like I can get used to the controls.
That's this one here too. Like this one here, I bang it into everything because it's awful hard for whenever you're trying to look at the camera, okay, or look at your cell phone so you can see what the thing sees, and then trying to direct it at the same time. I'm bouncing into everything because it's just different, weird. It's really
trying to keep the pitch and the yar.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's a lot of fun. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I hit the wife with it, so it's a lot of fun.
And she's got to either really love you or just like say, screw it, it's just for fun. Otherwise, you would have gotten those papers.
I do a lot of evasive maneuvers because she has a cane. So
you're gonna treat it like a baseball. Knock that one out of the park.
She thinks it's a big bug that she has to knock out of the sky. So
yeah.
She only does that once because then I say I have to get a new one now, and so
I got to get a stronger one now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the stronger one means more money.
Yeah, but anyway, Crazy. Listen, you take care. You have a good one.
Yeah, thanks for coming up on the panel. I really appreciate you coming up and giving me a hand with this and having some fun.
Well, some of these days, what we'll do is we'll just get together on, either on Facebook or whatever, and we can do a video chat.
Yep.
But
doing a video chat on StreamYard is just like if I was to shut the end the stream right now, we can still sit here and talk.
I agree. Yeah, we done that once before.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, listen. You have a good night. And
you too, my friend.
And we shall talk to you soon.
Yeah. Have a good one. Well, with that, folks, I'm going to shut this down myself, and I wish you all peace, love, and happiness.